How's it going, everyone? I'm Joey. You're watching Backpacker Brothers, and today we're going to be talking to you about 5 of our favorite pieces of cheap backpacking gear. So generally speaking, backpacking is an accessible and affordable way to spend your time. That said, the one hang-up is gear. Especially if you're a newcomer to the sport, spending tons of money, sometimes hundreds, even thousands of dollars, can really be a daunting task. You may not be willing or able to spend on a whole outfit of new gear. You also might be someone who is just sort of trying out backpacking and you're not really willing to commit lots of money to the sport when you're not even sure how much you like it or how much you're going to do it for how long. One of the goals of Backpacker Brothers is to always maintain some focus on the beginner for backpacking and hiking. To that end, today we're going to give you 5 pieces of affordable gear that we also have researched, purchased, and tested ourselves, and we recommend you check these out, especially if you're new to backpacking. So really quick here, 2 notes. One is that as we go through this gear today, we will link you to all of it down in the description so you can check it out for yourself. And 2 is just that you may have seen some of this gear in other videos we've done in the past, but today we wanted to really sort of bring it all together and give you our top 5 favorite pieces of gear so far. So let's get right into it. First on that list is going to be the Rayovac Value Bright headlamp. This headlamp has 14 lumens of brightness and a 32-hour run time. Now it has 2 light settings, one being the standard white LEDs and the second being some red LEDs, which is always a great feature to have when you're out on the trail and you don't want to ruin your night vision. This headlamp takes 3 AAA batteries, and those batteries are included when you purchase this headlamp. It has a fully adjustable head strap as well as an adjustable angle on the lamp itself. Overall, we've found this headlamp to be reliable, to do the job well, and to not have any extra frills or extra weight that you really just don't need out on the trail. This at $11 is a really great option that honestly, you really would never need anything other than this. Next up is the PowerAd Pilot 4GS Pro rechargeable USB battery. So these days, most electronics can be recharged with a USB cable of some sort, whether that be your cell phone, perhaps you have a fitness watch, maybe you have a GPS unit, or maybe you do have a headlamp that can be recharged. Whatever it is that you have, this rechargeable battery is going to give you the extra power you need to carry those electronics through your trip when you're out there on the trail. This particular battery has a 12,000 milliamp hour capacity. Now to put that in perspective, I use an iPhone 8 and this battery can recharge my iPhone 8 from 0 to 100% 6 times. Now keep in mind you do recharge this battery with a lightning cable, and that's a cable that's specific to the iPhone. That said, there are other options that can work with your Samsung phone, HTC, etc. Also a nice feature, there are 2 USB ports on this so you can charge 2 different things at once. I've been carrying this in my pack for some time now, and I can tell you the extra weight is well worth it because it can take my electronics as far as I want them to, especially with Pete and I carrying some extra electronic gear when we're filming out on the trail. This battery has proved to be invaluable. You can pick one of these up for about $25, and believe me, you'll be happy you did. Next up, we have the Cascade Mountain Tech carbon fiber trekking poles. We actually did a dedicated review on these, and we'll link you to the video as well as the written post down below so you can go check out why we love these so much. Now, Pete picked up a pair of these a few months ago and has already put well over 100 miles on them, and he loves them. They're carbon fiber, they weigh 7.8 ounces each, which is borderline ultra light. They're steady and durable when you use them. And the best part is you can pick a pair of these up right now for $40. Now, if you watched our Colorado video, you saw that I snapped one of my nice expensive REI trekking poles. It's kind of a long story, but if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. It was a pretty cool trip with some really good lessons learned. That being said, I found myself in need of a new pair of trekking poles, and since we liked these poles so much, I went ahead and got my own pair. Pete's are in green and black with the cork grips, and I like a little bit of a softer hand grip, so I got the EVA foam, and it's also in a really cool black and blue color pattern that kind of matches my pack and the rest of my gear anyways. Go check those out in the link below, and also watch Pete's review on these. Okay, so number 4 on our list is the Wolf Yoke stove. We picked this stove up for about $8 a few months ago, and we've been impressed with it ever since. To begin with, it has standard attachment hardware, so you can attach it to pretty much any off-the-shelf can of fuel. It folds up in a compact way so it can fit in this very small carrying case, which is lightweight but just durable enough to do the job. And perhaps our favorite feature on this is the piezo ignition starter, that when you press, it ignites a spark and it lights the stove for you. That's something that even my MSR pocket rocket stove does not have. Now, some of the construction doesn't feel quite as solid and durable as something like an MSR stove that Pete and I both typically carry. However, that being said, we've used this stove a number of times. It's performed fine, nothing's broken, and we've also gotten testimonies from several viewers commenting that they have this stove and they've used it for a long time. Now, one quick note. When we bought this stove, you had the choice of either buying an entire cook kit with the stove or just the stove itself. It looks like now you only have the option of buying the whole kit. However, that being said, the whole cook kit only costs $21. We should say we have not tested the rest of the kit, only the stove, but still, it seems like a pretty good value, and if you do try it out, let us know how you like it. So our final piece of gear is something that you're probably familiar with if you watched us before. When it comes to good, clean drinking water, you don't want to mess around with products that you don't know whether or not you can trust. The Sawyer Mini is the best, lightweight, reliable water filter you can get. Pete and I have both used Sawyer Mini filters since we very first started backpacking, and neither of us has ever felt like we needed to use anything else. You can pick up a Sawyer Mini kit complete with the filter, a syringe for backwashing the filter, and one of the water bags for 20 bucks. Considering that the Sawyer Mini is rated for 100,000 gallons of water, $20 is hardly anything for something that you're going to be able to use for several years. So if you're in search for a water filter, or if you're looking to upgrade to something lighter weight, definitely get yourself a Sawyer Mini. So there you go. Those are 5 of our favorite pieces of cheap backpacking gear that also works really well, and we've tested and can recommend them to you. But as always, we'd love to hear from all of you watching. What cheap gear do you like? Have you used any of this gear in the past? And if so, what do you think about it? Is there anything you think we should buy and try out ourselves? Anything you'd like us to review? Let us know down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Hike on.